Hello everyone, and welcome to the Source Code Sasquatch. In today's video, we're going to combine a few tutorials into one video today, and it's going to be how to install Visual Studio onto our Windows distribution. Then after, we're going to install the extension that we need to get us started with programming. Then after, we'll install a Git version control on our Windows distribution and create an account on GitHub so we can upload our web application, and then we can share code and work with other programmers and whatnot. So anyways, before any further ado, let's get going and started with our tutorial. So let me load up our virtual machine Windows right here. And there you go. We're gonna log in. And now to install Visual Studio, it's gonna be very easy. Let's open up our browser and type in Visual Code download. That's it. So right here, the first one you see, Visual Code Studio, go to download, click on that. Then select your distribution if you have a Linux or a Mac. For myself, it's going to be Windows. If you guys requested, I might do a video for Linux and Macs, but I mean, it's pretty straightforward, so I'm pretty sure you guys can figure it out. But in any case, if you need some help, just let me know. So we click on the Windows download button, and we'll see here on our top right corner in our download manager, we'll see the application being downloaded. Once it's done, all we got to do is click on the Visual Code user setup, and then after, we'll have a prompt window that's going to open up. We need to accept the agreement. Click on next the whole way. There's right here, you want to have add to path, but that's pretty much it's by default selected. And then just install, right? There's no need to change anything or to select anything else. Let's just let it go. And once it's completed, we'll just click on finish, make sure that launch Visual Studio Code is checked, and then Visual Studio is going to load up. See, right here, right there, very simple. Now it's going to ask you to select your theme. I like to work with the dark theme. Not high contrast. I like to have like a little gray buffer, but nonetheless, you can choose the theme that you want. Then once this is done, you can shut down this window, and we're gonna go into right here on the left side in your toolbar. We're gonna click on the extension tab, and we're gonna install a few extension that we're gonna need for Visual Studio. And the first one is gonna be Python. Not the first one that's going to show up, but the third one, Python extension pack, right? This one holds a few things as IntelliSense that is intuitive in our coding, in what we're coding, and it offers some suggestion as we go along, Django, so on and so forth, right? All the tools that we need to code in Python and with Django. So we click right here on install. And then after, our next application, while this one is installing, is we're going to go right here and we're going to select the Git extension pack, right? Git extension pack right here. This one is going to help us for our version control. So all we got to do is click on install. There you go, it's installing. So now it's showing a few applications that it has installed, and as they're getting installed, they will appear here on your left hand side toolbar. Let's go see Python in the meantime, making sure that this one can finish installing the extension pack right here. It's all done, it's installed. Now your Git extension pack is all finished and installed, so we can close those right here, and we'll go through the tools as we go along. But for right now, let's just set up our Git. So to do so, like we've just downloaded a Git extension pack, but right here we also need to download a Git for Windows. So we press on this button right here, and we open up the links that wants to be open, right? And then for whatever, if you have a 32 or 64-bit system, for myself, I've got a 64-bit. So I'll download this application, right? And then we'll click on it. And then it will be prompt to make sure that we do want to allow this app to make change to our computer. So click yes right here. Then we'll be prompt again. Just follow up. Next, next. No need to change anything. Next, next. And then next again. Let Git decide. No problem. Next, 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 next. Yeah, just next all the way, and then install. So again, this is some very easy stuff, but some very important step as we go along to make sure that our setup, right, our work surrounding or environment is set up in a way that is conducive for us to execute our code, our mind free, not worrying about do I have the right tools and whatnot. We're going to install everything that we need to get us started. So there you go. We can just once right here. If you want, you can read through this and see what are the changes and whatnot. But really, we don't need to. So this right here, we can shut it off. Perfect. So now we'll shut off our Visual Studio, and then if we start it again, and we go back into our source control, then right here we see that now we have access to our version control. We can open up a new folder and so on and so forth, right? So that being said, now the next step before we start coding is going to be to install, my bad. Let me shut this off right here. The next step is going to be to create an account on GitHub. Okay. There you go. So you go on GitHub and then you sign in. So obviously right here I'm blurring the information just so it's not accessible to everyone. I might have forgotten my password. So I'm going to go look into my password manager. There you go. So now we're logged in. We save this. All is good. So let's keep on going right here. Oh, yeah, sorry about this. I logged into my GitHub account, but for yourself, just click on sign up, right? And then just follow the prompt, put in your email, follow the prompts that the website is going to ask you. And by the end, you'll see it's very simple. You'll be signed in into your account. And once this is done, once you're signed in into your account, we'll just make sure that everything is connected, right? Everything is working smoothly before we go any further. So we'll do a dummy test, right? We'll select here, save, and then after we'll open up, not save, we'll select right here. We'll go up right here at File, and then we'll select Open Folder, right? Now, in your document folder, we'll create a new folder. We're going to call it Code, or Codes, or App, or Dev, whatever you want to call it, right? So let's call it App. And then right here, we'll create a new folder, and we're going to name it the app that we want to name our new app. For myself, I'm going to call it Event vibe, and then tutorial, just because I've created this app before, so I just don't want to get confused. And then we'll just click select folder. There you go. So the first thing it's going to ask you is, do you trust the author of this folder, right, for app? And yes, we trust the author, right? So now that being done, we're going to execute our very first line of code. We're going to create a virtual environment to be able to code, to test our application. And by creating a virtual environment, it'll also be the very first thing that we're going to commit to make sure that our version control is working. And then after, we're going to upload it to our GitHub repository to make sure that everything is well in order. It's going to ask us to establish a connection, so on and so forth. So to do so, on the top of our visual code, we'll click on terminal. And then we'll select new terminal, right? Very, very easy. And now we're going to type in Python -m venv for virtual environment. And then after, you're going to give it the name of your virtual environment. Now you can call it whatever you want. You can call it the name -venv. You can call it venv, plain and simple, as I would do. But nonetheless, the point here is you can call it whatever you want. And for myself, I always call in every single one of my app the virtual environment venv, so they're easy to reference and everybody on the team know what the venv folder is for. So then after, we just press on enter, and then right here we'll see at the top left. So we see right here at the top left corner into our Explorer tab, there has been a folder that's been created, venv, right? And now, to make sure that our virtual environment is working properly, we'll just activate it to make sure everything is very simple. And this is something we're going to do every single time that we're going to be working into our app, is we're going to activate our virtual environment to make it, we're going to activate our virtual environment so we can whatever dependency or application we're installing into our app, it's going to be confined to that virtual environment, so it won't get in conflict with other application or dependency on our main machine, right? So anyways, to activate it, it's very simple. You type in the name of your virtual environment, then after, script with Nest, and then activate. Plain and simple. Press on enter, and to confirm that your virtual environment is active, you will see at the left-hand side of your command prompt, to every single line, the name of the virtual environment that you're working within. And for us right now, in the Event Vibe tutorial folder, we have activated venv. So now this is done. So let's go into our source control and initialize our repository, right? To do so, all we got to do is click on initialize, and then after, on the top right here, we will get a prompt to commit a message. So to do so, we'll go right here and we'll call it init commit for initial commit. And then after, we'll put in venv to let us know that this is what we've done with our app so far. We've created the virtual environment, and then there you go. Now there is no stage change to commit. Would you like all your stage to be committed to them directly? So the answer is yes. And there you go. Now it's okay. So right here, it's giving us a error code. Visual Studio, make sure that you configured your username and your user email in Git. So to do so, it's very simple to fix the error. So we cancel right here. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to type in git right? We're going to access our git config space hyphen hyphen global user dot name, and then name your username, right? Sasquatch. There you go. And then after, we'll do again the same thing for our email with git config hyphen hyphen global space user dot email, right? And then type in your email address. There you go. And now we'll come back here and we'll try to commit again. And there you go. Now we've committed our the change that we created within the application. And now to test our GitHub connection, we'll publish our branch. And now you'll see the extension GitHub wants to sign in using GitHub. So we'll allow. And then we always allow visual code. There you go. And then we click open. So now at the top of our prompt bar, it will ask us if we want our repository to be private or public. For myself, we'll select private. And the reason is, as we go along, especially when we are in development mode, we use sometimes some personal login and password and whatnot, and we just want to make sure that they're not available to anyone until we want to make them so by removing the passwords and whatnot. So now we have the GitHub Connect asking us to sign in with our browser. So we select sign in, and then we go look in our browser right here. Let's see. I'm not sure. I think, okay, everything was done correctly. Everything is good. I had nothing else to do. We see right here, successfully publish. Connection is all good. So there you go. That was our tutorial for today, right? It's pretty crazy, but doesn't look like it. But we installed Visual Studio. We've installed Git to be able to have version control on our app. And we've created an account on GitHub, and we've uploaded our project. And if we look right here, right, if we go into, let me see here, there must be GitHub. Let me sign in again. So where would the app be? Oh, show more right here. Sorry about that. So we see right here, Bhima the Yogi event vibe hyphen tutorial uploaded 1 minute ago, and it should only have one file, and it is VENV right here. So this is pretty much it, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do. This helps me going. It encourages me. And if you have any suggestion or question, put them in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to help you guys or make a video on any subject that you guys are looking forward to. Until then, take care and see you next time. Happy coding.